Hey guys, King Grab Zero here. Going to be streaming some American Truck Sim for you guys. Basically it's just a makeup for yesterday since I wasn't feeling so well. Let me grab my gamepad here and we'll hop right into it. So, I 100% know why I wasn't feeling so well yesterday. Like, I had tried the Burger King Ghost Pepper spicy nuggets, which weren't that spicy. But the thing is, it's like whereas my mouth doesn't really, feel that affected by any like spice, especially with how mild those were. Like my stomach's usually a lot more sensitive to that, so it was like, yeah. Even though I like scarfed them down, had no problems with that. Like my stomach was like, no, you fucked up. Like, no, don't tell me that. But I'm feeling all better today. Did kind of push the limits. I had something spicy earlier, but nothing that's gonna upset me. Hopefully, if it was going to, already would have. So, yeah. So first thing we're going to do here is we're just going to grab a high dollar delivery, and yeah, just currently working on, trying to basically get more garages, fill them up with drivers, all that good stuff. Um, yeah, I think basically my whole goal for all of my American Truck Sim streams, I think the end goal for them is to have like all the garages and have them at least filled with drivers. Not necessarily with trailers, like I don't care quite as much on that, but drivers for sure. Because I know for the drivers, there's obviously a limit. The max garage can have like 5 drivers at max, whereas, um, I don't think there's a limit for how many trailers you can actually have a garage. So it wouldn't make sense to, try and fill up a trailer limit since there isn't one. At least, not that I know of. If there is, it's a pretty hefty number, and that'd be a little bit more involved than I want to get in this. But yeah, that'll be the goal. Let's see here. Okay, I said take a quick look at my money there since I wasn't sure if I had spent it all at the end of last stream or if I still had any. Looks like I basically spent all that I could. So yeah, we're in a pretty good spot then. As the money keeps rolling in, we'll invest in more and more garages and should see more and more money coming in as well. So should get quicker as we, get more. Since it's like basically each one's an investment that won't have great returns to begin with, but over time, the returns will get better. So, and currently, I'm pulling a triple reefer trailer. Hopefully, it doesn't send me to any states where they're not allowed. Because I don't know offhand, all the states that don't allow triples. And this game does have the habit of like sending you to them, even though it knows which ones don't allow triples, because it'll charge you a fine if you take triples into them and get weighed. So yeah, it threw me off the first time that ever happened too, because it was like, I got stopped at the weigh station and it was like, I think the specific thing it says is like invalid truck trailer combo. And I was like, what do you mean by that? Like, my truck can handle these trailers. Like, is it. Because I think the first time it ever happened, I think I just had like the day cab. So I was like, well, maybe it's a day cab thing. So I was like, okay, I'll do a little bit of research online. And I think I went to the American Truck Sim wiki and just looked up that specific message. And basically it was like, oh yeah, you'll get that if you're like hauling a trailer that's not allowed in like certain states. And I was like, that's super weird. Like, I feel like the message shouldn't be that it's like an invalid trailer truck combo, because that just kind of sounds like, the trailer and the truck by themselves are fine, just not in combination. I think that should just be like illegal trailer usage should have been the message, or something like that, something a little bit more clear. Okay. Hopefully this one's easy enough to pick up at. Also, hopefully I don't mess the controls up. The other day I was playing SnowRunner with another Twitch streamer, Rough and Ready. So I might be used to those controls since it was the most recent truck game I played. Hopefully that's not quite the case though, because I always hate when I like start playing like American Truck Sim or another game and forget the control scheme because I was playing another game. I don't know if you guys ever have that issue, but I have that happen to me plenty of times where it's like if I'm playing a different game for long enough, or you know, maybe even a different system, it's like I'll completely forget the control scheme and then it just goes downhill from there. So then it's like, oh man, I gotta basically relearn this from scratch. Okay. We'll slowly pull into this one. Okay. Maybe try turning too wide there. Or waited too long to start turning. I just wanted to make sure I could try to line this up. I don't know if it'll actually line up, but hopefully it will. Otherwise, if it doesn't, I'll just, do the automatic load, because I have no shame. Okay. Hey Mavris, how are you tonight? I'm gonna guess you probably just got back from work. Yeah, well, I'm thinking about it. Okay, actually, I'm guessing you can hear me. How's my game volume and stuff? I turned it down the other day because like it goes off my desktop volume, and like when I was playing SnowRunner with LaRuff, he was coming through a bit loud, so I just turned down my like general volume there. Though after the fact, I realized it probably would have been better if I had just like turned down his like slider on Discord. Also, talking about Discord, I was hoping you were going to be back earlier because I was going to hop into Discord with you for a bit before I started streaming, but since you weren't there, I was like, well, he must be at work. I'm still down to Discord if you want to add some additional commentary. Talk shit about my gameplay. Also, one of these days, I'm going to get you a copy of this game, and then we're going to do the uh, convoy stuff. There we go. Fuck. Okay. So you're down to Discord. Let me hop in really quick. Since it is on my stream, you wanna hop in my Discord. I mean, normally we hop in yours, but that's because normally when we're doing streams and stuff, it's normally both of us streaming, so I always just feel pretty good about hopping yours. I mean, if you still want me to hop in yours, I can do that, but yeah, I got to get like got to get a little bit of use out of my own Discord server, right? That work for you? Your top? Okay, fine. I'll hop into yours. Yeah, yeah. Unwilling to switch, bastard. Okay. How was work?
Okay, that was live, not the Twitch one. All right, wasn't too bad.
That's fair. Also, I feel like right now I'm experiencing like, yo, how did SpongeBob describe it? Like in when he was like in rock bottom, like I remember he had a different term for like how dark it was. It's like this is normal darkness. This is something darkness. Because I feel like that's how dark this game looks right now.
I don't remember.
Ah, shit, man. I wish I could remember because like it was a pretty good line. It was one I always enjoyed. But goddamn, is it dark right now in this game? Like, ah, fuck. It just reminds me of like how much night blindness I have in real life, you know? I mean, I guess that adds some realism to this game. Like, it's capturing my night blindness perfectly, you know?
He says advanced darkness.
Okay, advanced darkness. Well, that's what this is. This isn't normal darkness. This is advanced darkness.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going to impose my will on that truck that was about to pull out there. You can wait for me. I got places to be, people to see, loads to drop off, and maybe a delivery to make. That was a sex joke there, Sam. Yeah, because I'm going to drop off loads, and I also have to make a delivery. I know you're excited for.
What?
You're excited to also be streaming, tomorrow or today, however you want to consider it.
Why?
Because it's that time of year, you know? It'll be time for me to play some Fatty Bear's birthday surprise. Fuck, man. I think that's what it's called. It's a humongous entertainment game.
Oh, you're streaming it tomorrow?
Yep. I mean, like, I've been, because I do the humongous entertainment games, but I've been waiting to do that one for, like, the appropriate day of the year for it. Which will be today, tomorrow, whatever you want to consider it.
Why?
I mean, think of what the game's called. Fatty Bear's birthday surprise.
And it's tomorrow the birthday? Or today?
I mean, yeah, whatever you want to consider it. I mean, everyone's got to do a birthday stream, right?
Wait, your birthday or the game's birthday?
My birthday, jeez, man.
Oh.
Mamba, you don't have to wait for a red light, but if you just go through a red light without waiting, it'll actually fine you. Basically, if you break traffic laws in this game, you'll get various fines. With things like speeding, basically you have to be within line of sight of a police officer while you're speeding. With red lights, basically if you blow through a red light, it'll instantly fine you. If you crash into someone, it'll instantly fine you as well. I think the only one that, like, you have to be caught by a police officer is red lights. Or not red lights, speeding. But the thing is, if you blow through a red light and there's a police officer around in game, I think it actually charges you double. And then I don't know about accidents. I haven't really had that happen with a police officer nearby. Though I have definitely had plenty of accidents in this game, especially like when it's like this with rain and darkness, this advanced darkness. How you doing tonight, Mamba? I'm doing pretty well. Just doing a bit of a makeup stream since I missed my normal Friday American Truck Sim stream. Was feeling a little bit less than stellar yesterday, so I was like, I'll just make up for it on Saturday. I'm feeling pretty great today. Though I did have to take a bit of a power nap beforehand. Like, have you ever had one of those days where you go to bed, you get like 3 hours of sleep, but you feel amazing? That's how today started. But when I got home, since I'd been up for so long, I think I got up at like 9 or 10 in the morning, which is like super early for me. I was like, I think I got a nap at, what time did I get a nap at? I think it was about like 10 p.m. So it's like I'd already been up for 12 hours on like 3 hours of sleep. It's like, okay, I'm going to take a 1 hour and a half nap, which actually I think was only a 45-minute nap. But it's exactly what I needed. Like, I woke up from that nap, it's like, okay, I got the energy to finish off the day with a stream. See, that's how the find goes in this. It just finds you right away. Though, it's a little bit find happy, because, like, normally, I don't know if this applies to, like, other places in the world, but normally in the US, if you've already crossed into the road, like, if you've already crossed into the intersection while the light's yellow, you are good. Like, basically, you're just expected to, I mean, if you're turning, turn, or if you're going straight, go straight, or whatever. But in this game, it's like, if you cross into the intersection while it's yellow, and then it turns red while you're still in the intersection, it's like, nope, you totally broke the law. You ran that red light, and it's like, but it wasn't red when I crossed into the intersection. Turn off my brights. Try not to blind this, NPC bus driver. And to be fair, I think calling other vehicles or the drivers of other vehicles NPCs is probably not accurate. Because I think the character models and stuff that are in, like, other vehicles, I think they're just, like, considered part of the vehicle. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's always the feel I got from it. Oh man, Mavriz. You know what? I got my Pokemon, what was that? Flawless Diamond and what's the title of it? I can't even remember the fucking title of it. I just received it
Brilliant
today.
Diamond and Shining Pearl?
Yes, there we go. I received that today, and I got the pins as well. One of the pins was broken.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I mean, it was one of those things where I should just be able to fix it with like a bit of like epoxy or something. Because basically, I don't know if like they glued them or how they did it, but however they, put the pin to the back part of it, it was like broken there. So, but it's a flat surface to a flat surface, so it should be pretty easy to glue, I'd imagine.
Wait, did you have it shipped to your house?
Yeah, I had it shipped to my house.
Oh, I went to go pick mine up.
Were your pins all intact?
Yep.
What the hell? I feel conned.
Well, I mean, I went to the location, so
That's fair. I,
even if they weren't broken, I could be like, "Hey, give me their phone."
well, my whole thought was like, you know, if I was going to play it right away, I would have like went in so I could get it first day. But since I knew I'd still be playing Breath of the Wild for a bit, I was like, nah, it'll probably be like, a week or something before I get to it, so I don't feel like I need to go in to get it. I mean, have you started playing it yet, or
Yeah,
is it pretty awesome?
I'm enjoying it.
Well, damn. I guess I'll have to get into it then. Okay, this is a super dark turn right here. 100% didn't see like where I was turning. But now that I'm not behind anyone, we'll turn on my brights. This advanced darkness is gonna do me in, man. I need it to like be light already. Or I need more lightning. There we go. That's the solution. Give me just like horror movie levels of lightning. Keep everything lit up. See? Perfect. Like, I think there's a slider in game to determine like how often it rains and stuff. I feel like there should also be a slider for like how often lightning strikes when you're driving through rain. I'm just gonna leave my brights on. These people can just deal with it. It's the only way I'm going to see. My driver's battling, this darkness with an astigmatism. They don't understand my plight. Okay, let's take a look at the map really quick, see where the best spot to pull off for a nap would be. Oh, if I take a nap, that's going to be cutting it super close. But there's a spot coming right up. Hmm. I think depending on like how tired your like driver is determines like how long they sleep for. And my driver's fairly tired, so I think it's going to be like the 12-hour sleep. But let's cross our fingers and hope that it's only 10 hours. Because if it's 10 hours, it should be like very doable. If not, it's going to be a very, very hard delivery to make on time. I'll blame you. You sabotaged me. I mean, that's part of the course for this game. Anytime something goes wrong, I know 100% that it was you. You know. Actually, I think it's just in this little lot back here. Just pull off here. Sweet. Let's see. 8 hours and 6 minutes remaining. Okay, cool. So it was only 10 hours of sleep. Maybe I'm over it. I don't know. I feel like sometimes your character will rest for 12 hours. I think that's only when you're in the red, so must be doing something right today. Okay, let's take a second here and actually pull up my stream preview. I realized when I pulled up Discord, I forgot to pull up my stream again so I can make sure that everything's going well. Okay, there we go. Fix that issue. See, I always get so paranoid that like something's gonna go wrong with my stream. Because like I remember how many things went wrong for like the first several months. So yeah. Always super paranoid about that now. But I assume I'll have less issues when I finally switch to OBS, which I'll probably start. Like, I'll start this week for sure. I'm trying to get everything set up in that. I don't know, like, what day I'll officially be, like, using OBS, but hopefully it doesn't take too long to get everything set up for that. Okay. We're gonna do the large turn to the outside lane. I think that's the only way I'm gonna really make this corner. Okay. And to be fair, I've seen a lot of truckers pull that move, so I feel like it's a very viable move. Whether or not it's actually legal is up for debate. I don't think anyone's going to deny that trucks need the room, so... I was really hoping that, like, taking that rest break there would have made the rain stop. That is definitely not the case. I feel like taking that rest break actually just gave the rain more time to get worse. But I'm sure it won't rain the whole way. I have had that happen before where it's rained on the whole trip, but generally it seems like things usually clear up at some point during trips. Usually when you go far enough. It's always a bit of a pain to have rain in this game since rain really affects how well you turn and also how well you brake. I mean, it has an effect on that in real life, but I feel like in real life it's to a lesser extent than this game has it affect you. Because I feel like in real life, or I guess in this game, like, it's more comparable to, like, a light dusting of snow in real life. Where it's like it's a little bit slick, but not so slick that, if you hit your brakes, you're going to really go sliding really far. But definitely enough to make it so that you don't brake quick enough to stop in time for a lot of things, so. But to be fair, it could just be the fact that, this is a semi, so maybe they have a worse time in rain conditions. Well, good morning there, Maddie. Hopefully you're doing well. It's actually technically morning here, early morning. The type of early morning that you consider night generally. But that's perfectly fine for me that it's night, since I'm definitely more of a night owl. Actually, I always kind of find it funny when streaming, since I do generally stream fairly late here in the States. It always seems like a good chunk of my viewers are from, like, Europe or even Oceania, so it's just kind of funny to me. And I think I still get a fair number of viewers from the States, but on the flip side, it feels like I have more people from, like, the UK or, like, Australia or various other European countries. You got work in a few hours? Well, hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully you have a job that you enjoy. I do always enjoy, like, a bit of, entertainment before getting ready for work, or even, like, on the trip for work and stuff. I know I, listen to a lot of content that, generally people might watch. But, I know if, like, I'm driving and stuff, a lot of times I'll just put on YouTube or sometimes even Twitch in the background. Just because it gives, like, a little bit different, content to listen to. It's usually a bit more relaxing. And that can always be nice before work, have something relaxing in the background. I definitely don't like going to work, like, with any sort of, like, additional stress. Yep, starting to speed there. Let's reel that back a little bit. Cool. I guess since you're watching some American Truck Sim, have you ever played any American Truck Sim there, Maddie? Or it's just a game that you like to stream? Because I know, like, for me personally, when it comes to games that I watch, I'm kind of in between. Like, sometimes I'll watch games that I play. A lot of times I'll watch games that I find interesting but don't necessarily want to play myself. You work for Manchester City FC, and it's match day. Is FC like fire control, fire center, something to do with, like, fire? Or because I'm not 100% familiar with that. Oh, football club. Okay, cool. I honestly, like, I wouldn't know that. Football's not that big over here. Like, I should say, over here it's called soccer, but it's not really that big. I know in a lot of other countries it is. So that is pretty cool, though. I guess what kind of led you to decide to work for them? Are you like a big fan of theirs? Like, was it one of those things where you're like, "Ah, it's a dream job, get to work for a team that I enjoy," or was it one of those things that was just kind of an opportunity that was available that you wanted to take? Also, I do thank you for clarifying that for me, Mom. But that was very helpful. Whoa, whoa, whoa! All the stress. I just have all the stress, you know. That's not true. I try to stay fairly stress free, but when people say no stress or no worries, I always like to hit them back with I'll worry as much as I want or stress as much as I want, you know. But I find that's mostly because I like to, usually be a bit sarcastic with friends and stuff. I know with friends I like to say that sarcasm's my primary language. On that issue, actually, I've had some great times where, like, all good works. That fully works. I mean, no stress works as well, but. Oh, man. Again, I just like to be sarcastic. So, there have been actually a couple of times where my sarcasm. I mean, okay, there have been multiple times where my sarcasm has sunk me in real life. Usually in, like, dating and stuff. Like, I remember this one time, this like chick I was dating. Yeah, I was always sarcastic and stuff. Yeah, I like to joke around, and one time she just asked me, it's like, "Can't you ever be serious?" And of course I can be serious. It just when you ask that question to someone who's very sarcastic, there's only one answer, and that answer is no. I told her no, and she did not appreciate that the way I did. But hey, not going to not going to give up on my humor for someone else. Or another great one. I was on this date once, and like we were at a restaurant. We'd went for dinner, and I'd ordered this dessert that was it was like a peanut brownie sundae or something. I can't remember. It was like a brownie with like ice cream and peanuts. And like I'm eating it, and she asked me how it is. I was like, "Oh, it's really good, except I don't know. Like I don't know if these peanuts are good for my deathly peanut allergy." And she like looked at me super worried, and she was like, "Are you serious?" It's like, "Are you gonna be all right?" It's like I looked at her and I was like, "No, I'm not serious." That one, kind of ended right there as well. But I feel like the sarcastic fun I had out of it was kind of worth it in the end. And again, if someone can't put up with my humor, that's probably on them. I mean, I don't. I take a lot of things pretty lightly. Humor is a good coping mechanism. Well, I know. I get that allergies are pretty serious, but the thing is if I had a deathly peanut allergy, I wouldn't have ordered something with peanut in the name, you know? Okay, that's pretty cool, Maddie. I guess for the program, so are programs there like the programs that you encounter in most every other place where it's just like or I guess the programs I expect here for stuff where it's kind of just like a rundown of the event and stuff, or is it different than that? And that's pretty cool that you do both ATS and ETS. I've been meaning to check out Euro Truck Sim, but I kind of just want to finish out American Truck Sim first. Basically, what I want to do to finish out American Truck Sim is I just want to buy all the garages and get them all filled up with people, which shouldn't be too hard, I'd imagine, because every time I buy a new garage and fill it with people, it gets that much quicker since you get more income and everything. Manchester, is there a difference between Manchester United and Manchester City, or? I mean, again, this just goes back to I really know nothing about football or soccer, depending on how you want to call it. Again, here it's called soccer, but since you guys call it football, I'm perfectly fine with calling it football. Because it's not like I really watch American football all that often either, so. Also, this road that I'm on feels pretty flat, but I feel like it was treating it like a slope. Okay, well that's good to know. I think that was a UFO that just streamed by. I'm going to check something on the map really quick. I want to see if I'm near Roswell. I'm near Eli. Okay. I think it's called Eli. I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Whatever it was looked like a flying saucer or something. Or maybe it was just a jet. I mean, who knows? There's like Easter eggs and stuff in this game, so it wouldn't surprise me. But maybe it's just a jet that flew by super quick. Whatever it was, at first I saw like a little bit of like a shape appear in the sky on my screen. I thought it was like maybe a bird at first, but then just like zoomed off really quick, and I was like, "What is that?" And again, I think there's actually an Easter egg near Roswell that's a UFO, or maybe lights in the sky at night. But that goes back to this game does have like Easter eggs and stuff, so again, it wouldn't surprise me. One of the cool Easter eggs I like is, I forget where it is, but in one of these places, there's actually this like pond or lake that's behind a gas station, and there's like these giant ducks, like these giant rubber ducks floating in that lake, and you can only kind of see them bobbing up and down a little bit because they're kind of behind a ridge. And it always throws me off because every time I see it, I was like, what's that? Yeah, I think they're giant rubber ducks if I remember correctly. And I honestly can't remember where it is. But hey, if we get to the gas station or the city that it's in, I will definitely make sure to point it out if I see it. And since I figured out how to do the like in-game camera stuff, I will also... Yeah, I have seen the rubber ducks. Okay, cool, they are rubber ducks. I just couldn't remember if they were rubber ducks or if they were something else, but at least that confirms it for me. Do you remember what city those are in, Maddie, or what state? Because I honestly can't remember. Also, I do feel like I'm going to have to comb back through my stream after I'm done to see whether or not that was like a UFO in the sky or if it was like just a jet or something that I mistook. I mean, that's always a common thing when it comes to UFO sightings is that, you know, people generally mistake something else as, you know, some sort of extraterrestrial craft. I mean, that's probably not always the case, but it has definitely been the case for several UFO sightings and stuff. Okay. See if you know where the rubber ducks are, Maddie. I'll have to maybe try and swing by that spot while I'm streaming tonight. Because that is actually probably one of my favorite Easter eggs in game. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see if I can get this lined up perfectly. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna claim to be good at this game because I'm definitely like subpar. But sometimes I do well. I just hit A. There we go. Jeez, man. The game didn't recognize my confirmation there. Okay, cool. Let's see here. How much money did we have? I didn't see. Well, doesn't matter. We have at least enough for like trucks and drivers. So okay, we need to buy some from Moab. Where's Moab? Sounds like it's in one of the desert estates. I'm gonna go with it's probably in either Arizona or New Mexico. Watch me totally be wrong there. um, truck dealers. There we go. And I just have a preference for Kenworth. I just like the body style for Kenworths. Okay, it's not that. It's not that. Oh, it's Utah. Darn. I mean, it is a desert estate, but not the desert estates that I called, so. I was close, but still no cigar there. Aw, look at that. I'm going to fill up the rest of this garage. I definitely won't have enough for another garage at this point. Okay, cool. Job market. Let's go back to that. And since we have a trailer, we'll go cargo market. How long? Okay, it's 7 hours and 36 minutes. Expected at that time, let's see. That would be a little bit less than 24 hours between Vegas and Pioche. Okay. So I might actually see them on the way. Yeah, we'll take this load, and then I will take a quick look at the map here to see if it looks like I can see that. Creek was 93. I'm pretty sure it's behind one of the gas stations, so we'll stop in at both the gas stations on the way, and I would imagine it's going to be on one of those two. Okay, cool. We should be able to see those. That's actually pretty surprising that I'm in the right area for this. I was expecting that'd be somewhere like all the way across the map. Okay, I'm just going to do the lazy pickup this time since we're already here and I don't want to have to turn this trailer. Like, I don't want to have to get this all adjusted. We'll just do the lazy pickup this time. Okay, and hopefully one of the gas stations on the way will be the right one. I think I will rest as soon as possible, which I think will be at the second gas station we see. And I think I think it will be that second gas station on the map. Because if I remember correctly, I think it's at a gas station. I think it has a rest area, which there was like 2 gas stations between here and Vegas, and only one of them had a rest area. So I think it will be the second gas station we come to. Because I remember, like, the thing that really threw me off about the ducks was that I had rested at the gas station at night, facing the wall that they're behind. So when I woke up, when my character woke up in the morning, I saw this weird thing bobbing over the wall or whatever, and just threw me off because I was like, "What in the world is that?" So yeah, I think it'll be that second gas station we get to. I could always be wrong. And just in case, we will rest here at this first area, if it looks possible. Yeah, we'll just rest here. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like this will be the one, but just want to stop in here just to be safe. Because regardless, it'll be easier to see during the day. So, Army on the south side. What way are we oriented? Just going to take a quick look at the map here, just to make sure what direction we're going. Okay, we're currently headed south, so it should be Army base south of a gas station. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the second gas station that we see. Okay, this definitely doesn't look quite like it, so I think it will be that next one. Okay, cool. And then when we get there, I will enter the camera stuff so I can just get a good look at the ducks for you guys. Because you only get like a fairly limited view of the ducks in the pond when you're doing the regular view. But when you do the camera view, I imagine you can probably get a pretty good view of them. Which I didn't know how to do the like camera view the first time I ever saw them, so I never got like a super good view of them. I just saw the tops of them. But yeah, this should help. This should make this work.
Up to the bottom.
Top to the bottom. What are we going top to bottom on? Okay, this should be the area up here, I think. Maybe. No, this isn't the one that has the rest area near it, and as I said, I'm pretty sure it has a rest area. And yeah, this doesn't look like it has anything south of it. Okay, yeah, this doesn't look quite like the right area.
So it's not from the top to the bottom?
I mean, I don't know. What would be the context of going top to bottom on it?
I mean, bottom to top, I stopped.
Is that a song reference or something?
At the core, I've forgotten.
It's what?
At the core, I've forgotten.
Ah. I feel like these are all song lyrics. See, now I got this laser focus to like look for this thing because I will feel so ashamed if I miss it.
That laser focus will be your downfall.
Right? I'll be so laser focused that like, you know, I'll run into something. Like there'll be something in the road while I'm staring off to the side of the road.
Wait, what are you looking for?
It's a Easter egg. It's these like ducks floating, like these giant rubber ducks floating in a pond. Which you can only see the tops of their head in the normal view, but I'm going to see if I can finagle the camera view for the photo stuff to get a good view of them. I think this is the area. Yep, it looks like this should be the area. Cool. So, well, let's pull up a little bit. Oh yeah, there you go. See, look, you can see the rubber ducky peeking up over there. So, we'll turn into this gas station here. Get as close as we can. Yeah, first time I ever encountered this area again, it threw me off so bad because, as you can see, it's a rest spot. So yeah, I was resting, you know, kind of facing this way, and like I saw them pop up, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Okay, I'm gonna shut that down for a second. I mean, I don't even have to shut it down, but and then switch to photo mode. I love how switch to photo mode to truck pictures, and it's like I never do that. Queue up, so let's. Okay, and then W's forward. Actually, if I adjust the photo frame like that. Okay, he was up. Let's look at the field of view settings here. Okay, that's basically zoom. What's the depth of... Okay, I see. Okay, well, that didn't quite work the way I was hoping it would, so... Let me see if we can use the, like, third, I guess the alternate views. Ah, shit, what is the view changing buttons? I don't have that set up on my controller, I don't think. Okay, let me take a quick look here. Since I'm using a gamepad, you only get like a certain number of buttons to work with, and yeah, with that, I don't have all the controls. I'll have to use the keyboard control, but I completely forget what the keyboard control for changing your view is. Okay. Next camera is 9. So, and 1 is the interior camera. So we will... Actually, let's... Yeah, we'll just use 9. This works. This works. We'll make it work. You can see a little bit there. Yeah, just some ducks. Ducks in a pond. Gigantic ducks in a pond. Okay. Well, I got to show that off. It is one of those Easter eggs in this game. What's my fuel looking like? That's the next big question. Get out of this rest area part. And let's move my mouse out of the way again so I don't accidentally bump it. Oh, I got plenty of fuel. Oh, look at that elephant. That elephant shrubbery. It's so fancy, so bougie. Well, if anything, we've accomplished a lot in this stream. We got to see ducks. Gigantic rubber ducks. And if that's not why people watch me, then I have no clue why people watch me. Or maybe it's because I'll point out cows when I see them. I don't know if I've seen any cows this trip, though. If I have, I haven't seen them. I personally haven't seen them, you know? I really wish that there was like some sort of in-game event going on that I haven't already completed. Because like they still have the Wyoming event going on, I think. I already got that completed a while back, so kind of like if they could do a new event now, that'd be awesome. And I guess I could add more trips to my Wyoming thing for the whole community counter, but I think as a whole, I always believe that the community's got it. Like, there's definitely some, like, you know, fairly serious players out there. They're going to, you know, get a whole bunch of miles in for those trips. What was that about? I guess we'll never know, chat. Yeah, I'm actually surprised, how smoothly all these trips and stuff have been for, like, the last couple of streams, or at least last stream. I remember last stream going real smooth. Because it always seems like I'd get the, streaming curse there where, everything that could go wrong would just go wrong. Though, I don't know, maybe, I think last stream there was like a major detour, but it didn't turn out to be as bad as it could have been. I think the stream before that was like, it was like rain, lots and lots of rain, and then like detours and, you know, road hazards and stuff. Today has been pretty mild on those. It's like we had rain. I saw a couple of like roadway incidents, and that's about it. No major detours yet, and hopefully I didn't curse myself by commenting on that. Yeah, I feel like, I was just thinking, it's like, I wonder when the Texas DLC will be out. And I was like, I feel like I should be more on top on like actually staying up to date on their posts and stuff. Because like I'll see that they post updates and stuff about, the upcoming Texas DLC, but I just never like actually pay attention to them. So I think I'll need to start staying on top of that, because I'm always excited when there's like new DLC for this game. Like when I first started, it's like Wyoming was the like upcoming DLC, and yeah, that was upcoming for quite a while. Because I don't know, I feel like I must have gotten it shortly after another DLC had just come out. But yeah, it's just cool when there's like another state. I will be so glad when they eventually get like the whole US covered. Which I wonder if they're just going to keep doing that for like American Truck Sim, or if it'll be like Euro Truck Sim, where like they have like a second game come out. I mean, I guess I don't know. Like I don't know if they keep adding stuff to Euro Truck Sim as well, like just the first one, or if they only focus on Euro Truck Sim 2 for that. Makes me really wonder. See, I feel like when they release the Texas DLC, that's when you'll be required to play this game. Am I right? That was directed towards you, Sam. Alright, did you clear your throat? Not that long. You should still be there. Okay. Maybe he cleared his throat and stepped away. It'd be a very Sam move to do. Yeah, on that line there, a very Sam move to do. That's it's quite a bit like we have these commercials here for BoiseHelpline.com, and they always like use the name Dave as like a catch-all for like terrible employees or bosses and stuff. And like I know that at some point they started adding basically a little part on the end that's like explaining like, oh, we just use Dave as a catch-all for bad employees and bosses. Yeah, we're not targeting Daves or anything, and like all that, and it's like, so don't get offended because that'd be a real Dave move, Dave. Which I always thought was funny because like, yeah, it kind of throws salt to anyone who like gets offended for them using Dave as a catch-all term for that. I mean, Dave's a super like Dave, David, all that. That's like super common names around here, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Like, I mean, they could be used John as well, or I feel like Tyler's another pretty common one out this way. I feel like Dave's especially common, so it makes sense that you can use that as a catch-all term, and I don't think it's really offensive. Like, they could use my name, and I wouldn't be offended. They'd be like, it's just it's a generalized term for this. They're not targeting me directly. They're just using it as a general name for bad bosses and stuff, bad employees. Their commercials are usually pretty funny though. Like usually the Dave of the situation is just like absurdly bad at whatever they're doing, whether it's being a boss or being an employee, and always has a lot of comedic element to it. Oh man, my air freshener is lined up in such a way you can't fully see it. Like my air freshener is like lined up like the side view of a 2D waifu. Okay, looks like it's starting to rotate around. I had to go with the Idaho air freshener because, Idaho. I live in Idaho. It's my favorite state. Which I don't know if that's like a popular or unpopular opinion, because I know like Boise, which is our capital, often gets rated like one of the best cities to live in the US. So I feel like saying Idaho is a great state isn't a bad thing. But then I hear plenty of people here bitch about, living in the area. Though on the flip side, I know here it's not uncommon for people to move away after, bitching how much they don't like it here. And then for them to like move back after living out of state for a few years, going like, oh, I really missed Idaho. Living out of state was terrible. And it's like, well, then why'd you move away? I don't know. I think moving away just gives them a new perspective on how good things generally are here. At least I think they're usually pretty good out this way. Again, not everyone agrees, and not everyone that moves away moves back, but seems like a fair portion of them do. Man, tomorrow what's going to be funny is tomorrow's going to be my birthday. I'll be streaming towards the night, doing a little bit of a birthday stream. But on the flip side, I'm going before that. I'll be going to my parents' for dinner, so my dad and my stepmom's. And like, I picked up this rock hammer for my dad a while back, but I just haven't been over there in a bit. I'm going to be giving him a gift on my birthday. So I think that'll be pretty entertaining. With him, though, like, if you give him a gift, the rule is you can't wrap it. Because if you wrap up a gift and give it to him, like, he'll just put it away and not unwrap it. Like, if someone else unwraps it for him, it's fine. He'll get to it. He'll use it at that point. There's just something about, like, a gift being wrapped up. Like, he just doesn't, like, unwrap them. I don't know. I don't think he likes receiving, gifts that are given in, like, a very gift-like sense. Like, when you just give him something, like, oh, here's this tool, or here's whatever you get him unwrapped, just kind of as like a discretionary gift or something. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like it clicks in his mind that it's the same as an actual present, Was that a chuckle out of you, Sam?
Or a gift wrapped him of a couple $1,000.
Oh my god. That'd be pretty fun. If I had like, money kicking around to just do that, I would totally do that. Give him like a couple grand and then wait like 2 or 3 months. Be like, oh, did you open that gift I got you? It had a couple grand in it, I mean, to be fair, like, if I was to give him a wrapped up gift, I'm pretty sure my stepmom would just open it for him, so...
Or a gold bar.
Fuck, man. If I gave him a gold bar, I think that might, like, give him some sort of, like, cardiac episode.
Why?
I mean, do you know how much gold is worth?
I mean, I don't know how much a gold bar is worth.
I mean, a gold bar, I think, is, like, generally a troy ounce of gold, which would be, like, 10 ounces of gold. I'm not sure what gold's at right now. I think last time I checked, it was at, like, 1,800.
So, about 646,000.
Jesus. Jesus. Is that what is that the price of a standard gold bar? I mean, to be fair, ingots come in different sizes. Like, I'm sure they probably range anywhere from, I'm sure you could probably get like a small one up to like those like huge ones you see. That would be in like some place like Fort Knox or something. I think those huge ingots, like,
But I mean, you can get the little square ones, right?
Well, I know they do make small, like, 1 ounce squares. I wouldn't really consider those, like, small 1 ounce squares to be, like, a gold bar, per se. Like, when I think gold bars, I at least think of, like, at least a very small ingot. So, I would think that at least a small ingot would be, a troy pound. What, did you see what the current price per ounce of gold is?
Let's see. $1,853.
Ah, so 1,800 was a pretty good estimate, actually. So yeah, like, I mean, for like a...
What's spot change?
Spot chain? Like, what was it say?
$14.
I don't know. Maybe that's like, kind of like what the variance might be on the spot. And it's hard to say. But yeah, on the flip side, though, I imagine you could probably make a small ingot out of like a troy ounce of gold, but that'd still be like almost $19,000 worth of gold right there. Though I guess that assumes a purity of 100%.
You own a couple mines, don't you?
I mean, he does. I've worked those mines with him before, too.
Never found any gold,
Oh, no, we found gold, honestly.
but not enough.
Um, I wouldn't say that. Like, you know, when we were putting in, like, consistent work on it, we were making fairly decent money. It's just, me and my dad do a lot better when we're not, like, working together or living under the same roof. Because I remember when we were, you know, mining together, one time we were up at his mill site and we were running material through the mill and stuff. I forget what we had done, but for some odd reason we were checking out his pond that he gets the water he uses from. But while we were doing that, I just had like my hand touching the pump that we use, and then he started yelling at me because he's like, "Oh, don't lean on that, you know, like if you lean on it, it's gonna break." And it's like, I'm not leaning on it. I'm like just squatting here, not putting any weight on this. I just have my hand like touching this. Yeah, I'm not actually leaning on it though. And then he just keeps like, you know, yelling at me like not to lean on it. And I stood up, and I had this moment where it's like, you know, seeing red. And it was like, yeah, the thoughts ran through my head. It's like, I could just deck him right now, and I know I'll win this fight. But then, like, my next thought was like, but if I win this fight, you know, he's probably going to fall backwards onto the ground, and, you know, he might hit his head, and I'll have to drive him to the hospital. And this just isn't the situation that I want to be in, so... As, you know, the rage that I had at him yelling at me for, you know, stupid reasons passed. And then... yeah, that was kind of the moment where it's like, yeah, I can't do this for too much longer, man. Like, this is going to be one of those things where if I keep working with this dude, like, I'm going to end up decking him eventually. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, during that time we were working together up there, we also had some pretty good times as well, but we definitely had some, like, very heated moments. I think that was the closest that I came to, you know, fighting the dude. Okay, let's see here. What's my sleep level at? I can check that. We're just gonna hit the drive button. Take a look at my sleep. Okay, fucking dumb. Oh, there's my sleep over there. Okay. Got like half a sleep bar. Let's see what we got available. You ever almost come to blows with your father?
What?
I said, you ever almost come to blows with your father?
I don't think so.
That's fair.
Like you know me. You know how I am.
I mean, yeah, you're super pacifistic. Hey man, I'm not generally the type to start a fight, because, yeah, I've never started a fight. But, yeah, my dad sometimes just gets on my nerves in such a way, because he can be pretty demeaning sometimes. And, you know, when I was younger, it was kind of like one of those things where it's like, you know, I'm gonna cry this off. But as I've gotten older, it's like, oh no, I can take this guy. And yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, no, I can't do that. This is my father. I would feel bad if I fought him. Like, he's not perfect, but, you know, he was the parent that chose me and, you know, raised me. So it's like, I do have a lot of respect for the guy. do have some love and admiration for him, but again, I take him in small doses. I would visit him and my stepmom more often, but like just going to their place is quite a drag because like every time I'm there, they always get into an argument at some point. Like it's usually a fairly small one that ends fairly quick. But it, like
You or them?
them. But yeah, it's one of those things where it like usually ends pretty quick, but it's like, man, like this is why I don't live at home because I don't want to deal with this shit, you know?
What if it's staged?
I don't think it's staged because, you know, the same applies for like if my stepsister's over there or, you know, generally if any family or whatever's over there.
They staged to get rid of you guys.
Nah, I know that's not the case. They just don't always get along, so I mean, usually my dad's like the one that'll usually start the argument. Because, like, the most common one there is my dad will be looking for something that my stepmom had moved.
So wait, that's a common thing.
Yeah, but he gets, like, really loud about it. Like,
Where
super.
is my super suit?
Exactly. Like, you know, with, like, yeah, plenty of insults and stuff thrown in there. They can be pretty demeaning. But, again, he was the parent that chose me, so you know there is that. I can't hold too much of like too much against him there. It's like he tried his best with me, so next thing I know, I'm going to be like on an episode of what what's that like therapist streamer like G
Dr.
some
K?
oh Dr. K, there we go. I thought like his channel name was a bit different though.
I don't know his channel name.
I thought it was like I feel like it's got like two G's in there somewhere. I don't know if like maybe one of the G's like part of a word or what, but I feel like there's two
Is
G's.
your dad like stink meter?
Is he like what?
Stink meter?
What's that?
You ever watched the Boondocks?
Yeah, but I don't really remember that much of it.
Do you remember the old blind guy that fought the dad, the granddad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stink meter.
Okay, fair enough. And again, my dad did the best he could, so don't hold against him. Am I on the right thing? Fuck.
Yeah.
I go to the wrong place. Did I choose the wrong type of job to begin with? I probably did. No? Let's see. Cargo market. We're here. Ours. Maybe the job that I was going to take was like super limited. Hmm.
I gave you a warning. Don't play it on stream.
Oh, definitely not. Fuck, man. Boondocks on stream. I would get canceled so quick. Now we're just gonna do the easy one here. I'm not lined up for that. Yeah, I feel like that would be like unfair too to get canceled for like the Boondocks like references on stream. You know, it's like yeah, it's a show talking about like African American issues, but because of how vulgar and over the top it would be, I'm sure it would definitely be one of those things where it wouldn't be viewed too nicely by a lot of people. You know. I did quite enjoy that show quite a lot when I was a kid, though. I got to watch it fairly often. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, since I don't think that show's super kid appropriate, you know?
I mean, Adult Swim.
Yeah, it's Adult Swim, but you know, I watched plenty of Adult Swim growing up. I'm just glad my grandma didn't know like how to operate like parental controls on stuff. Because if she did, my childhood would be starved from like a lot of the shows I used to watch. Because I would definitely watch quite a bit of Adult Swim, which meant that that was like a source of like some more adult cartoons. It was also a source of some more adult anime and stuff. Because I remember some of the like animes they showed were only like on Adult Swim, when they showed them. So one that really threw me off growing up is like I can't remember if she bought it or if my dad bought it, but I remember one of the two had bought me Conker's Bad Fur Day for the Nintendo 64, and yeah, like I think she saw me play that enough time, like a few times, and didn't really stop me from playing it. But that one was like super adult as well. Like my grandma was definitely the one that's like the more restrictive parental figure because I'd spend a lot of her time at her place as a kid. Since my dad, when I was really young, he did long haul trucking, so he'd be out of town for like a week or two at a time, then back in town for a week or two. It was kind of like half my time would be at my grandparents and half my time would be at his house. Yeah, she was definitely more restrictive. I don't think my grandpa gave a fuck. I mean, me and him definitely didn't get along that well, but he definitely tried. He tried at times. Like one moment that I remember that was like when I think back on it was kind of just tragic was he had made me like this cheeseburger, and he had used what he thought was just cream cheese on it because he knew I really liked cream cheese. But it was actually cream cheese frosting, so this thing was absolutely disgusting. Like I told him like how disgusting it was, and it's like, it's like I probably could have handled that better, but I was a kid, You say you're a little bit too honest as a kid, Like you don't have that filter yet. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, man, I wish I had a better relationship with my grandpa before he died. Because he died, I think, before I was in middle school. Like, I think I was, like, in the later parts of elementary, or maybe I was in the very early parts of middle school. Not sure. Man, he was a fucking ornery old man. Like, let me tell you. Super ornery.
What do you mean ornery?
I mean, fucking ornery.
What does that mean?
Do you not? You don't know the term ornery? Ornery? Basically, like, kind of unpleasant to deal with because, like, they're, generally stubborn and not necessarily the nicest. To be fair, Henri is like it's a weird word because if you look at how it's spelled like Orney, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's two R's, so it looks like ornery or Nuri. But yeah, it's generally pronounced Henri. Like that was a word that I would use frequently enough when growing up, but it's one of those words that I didn't know how to spell for a while. It's like I knew the term, but it's one of those terms I hadn't actually encountered in a in a scenario where it's like, oh, that's how you spell that term. Because again, like how it's pronounced generally versus how it's spelled is it doesn't feel right. Sam, you should look up the channel name for Dr. K because it's bothering me.
Oh my god.
As I say, I feel like it's GG something or something GG.
Healthy Gamer GG.
Okay, there we go. I knew there was two G's in there. I just honestly didn't know where the two G's were, and I could not remember what the fucking other part was. Like I knew there was like a word or two in like the GGs, and that's about it.
I wonder how long before you get invited on there.
Well, first I have to at least make affiliate, I assume, and then I have to have enough fans be like, this guy's mentally unstable, you know. Dude, you know what? Like, you know what I always found like a little bit rough is like I remember speaking to Gage once, and he told me I had a rough life growing up, from what he knew of my life. I was like, what the hell? Like, I don't know how I should feel about that coming from you, Gage. Like, because I know you've had a really rough life. So if you think my life growing up was rough, like, oh fuck. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, I had some pretty rough moments in life, but honestly, I just always kind of persevered through it, you know. So yeah, what's a little trauma going to do? You eventually get past it. Everything takes time. It just takes time to heal, you know. Oh man, I'm gonna hit up a mechanic before I got to a way station. I think I might have enough trailer damage from like rubbing on stuff that they're going to be like fine, but I could be wrong. I'm expecting a fine. They're going to be like, your vehicle's not in proper mechanical condition. Here's your fine. Okay, they didn't fine me. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. I'm a liar. Guys, if you could just cancel me now for being a liar. I imposed my will on the other truck. I mean, to be fair, he could have just merged into the left lane. We all could have enjoyed our day here. Driver Jay-Z couldn't find a job and had to return empty. Fuck, man. Why would I hire Jay-Z if he can't find a job and make bank for me, you know? That was in the bottom corner. Little updates tab. Oh, you fucking police officer. Bastard. Merge in front. Cutting me off. Cutting me off. Got cut off by a police officer. See, one thing I appreciate about this game is like some of the names they have for some of the employees you can hire. Because like some of them are definitely just based on like celebrity names or like meme names. Because there's like a Pepe F, which would be obviously be a reference to like Pepe Frog. And like, you know, Jay-Z. Let's see here. I'm assuming Naomi C would be like Naomi Campbell. So yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of the names they have in their system are it's based off celebrity names, which is perfectly fine. Yeah, it always makes it that much more fun to hire someone when you see it's like, oh, their name is that of a celebrity, or a meme, or both. I think after this delivery, we should have enough to buy a new garage, upgrade it, fill it with people, and maybe fill it with trucks, depending on how many more driver incomes we get during that time. And if anything, I'd imagine I'd at least be able to get it almost halfway furnished with trucks. Because I think to buy a garage is 180,000. To upgrade, it's 100,000, so that's 280,000. We currently have almost 700,000. We'll definitely have over 700,000 if I like when I complete this delivery, and even if there is no more income in that time. But I imagine we'll probably be closer at 800,000, maybe 850,000 by the time I complete this delivery, especially since I'll have to sleep. Like, I guess since I'll have to rest, which we'll actually check where our rest place is. Nearest rest place. Okay, it's coming up pretty soon. I'm going to drop a marker here. This one is kind of off the road there. But yeah, no, so yeah, we'll probably have like 1.1, 1.2 million by the time this is done, assuming, because most of the time when you rest in this game, you just get like a whole bunch of cash if you have a lot of employees. So hopefully that's the case. And yeah, hopefully we'll be at like 1.1, 1.2, so I can just buy a full garage and furnish it fully with trucks. You know, actually, I still don't know if furnishing is the proper term for like, filling it, equipping it, supplying it. Supplying it's probably a better term, but I feel like furnishing might be the proper term. I'll have to look into that. I know I was having that like internal debate the last time I was streaming this too, as to whether furnish. I feel like that's right. Because I feel like sometimes like furnish is like, this place is like fully decked out or equipped or supplied. It just, I don't know. For some odd reason, like last stream, it just got in my mind. It's like, furnish. That sounds like furniture. It's like, oh man. Maybe you're using this term incorrectly, and it's like, I don't think that's the case. I think I'm using it correctly, but the seeds of doubt have been sown. I don't know. Sometimes with like words, or knowledge, sometimes you have to refresh because sometimes you haven't had the refresher or the experience using it recently. So it's like you just have to refresh yourself so you know for sure that you're using things correctly. I'm going to get into the slow lane here, not because like I want to drive slow, but just because like I know that if I try to pass all these cars, I'll probably end up in a situation where it's hard to get onto the exit here, which looks like it's coming up really soon. So hopefully these cars speed up. Okay, here we go. Now hopefully getting to the rest area here is not too bad. I know sometimes like rest areas can be such a pain, depending on the city they're in. I also always think it's funny how this game, like, when you drop a point, since you can't drop it like in the gas station itself or whatever, it'll just kind of like act like you're just going to do a drive by there, like you're just going to drive past it. It's kind of like, what? How about I just turn around, flip around in the gas station and come back the way that I came, or come back, yeah, or go back the way that I came. Jesus, it's hard. Words hard. I was going to decide that yeah, I shouldn't speak the English language. It's obviously not my native tongue. I mean, that's not true. It is my native tongue, but sometimes I butcher it. Sometimes I can be like really concise and clear, and other times it's like, man, I couldn't talk my way out of a paper bag with this language. Yeah, I'm gonna rename my type of English. I like to speak avant-garde English. Yeah, use some experimental, types and forms for things. Experimental patterns. They don't always make sense. I think the one thing that definitely works against me is my cadence. Not that it's necessarily a bad cadence, because actually, one of my friends the other day, I had commented on how I've been told I have a fairly calming voice, and they're like, "Well, it's probably like your fairly mellow tone that you normally have, like your fairly monotone and mellow tone, and then also you're like kind of slowed down, Aussie cadence." I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I think that's a compliment. I think they meant it as a compliment too, because they were saying my voice is generally relaxing, so. Okay. I fucked up. That's what I did. Oh, man. I just want to. Okay, I'm not close enough to that spot. Let's see here. Hopefully, I can get these backed up enough to not be caught on that wall. Okay. Yeah, we'll do the block. Ah, fuck. I really cocked this one up. And it's night, of course, so this advanced darkness, I can't see shit right now. Let's see here. I knew this was going to be a bad resting spot. But look at that. Look at that. I managed it somehow. Let's see. Where is the actual resting spot, though? Like, this game... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, this game sometimes, like, it'll show the resting spot icon on the map in an area. But then, like, the actual resting spot will be, like, so far from it in the parking lot. Heck, I've been to spots that say they're rest areas. I've, like, driven, like, around the whole lot. And honestly could not find where it'll allow me to rest, so... I'm glad that one actually worked out, and let's see here, I think this will work out too. We're just gonna pull through slow. And we're just gonna keep going straight for a bit here. I just want to make sure my trailer clears the wall back there. Okay. Let's see. I think it's like barely stuck. Here, let's change up the view here. Okay. Oh my god, it only gets to the back of that trailer. I mean... Okay. Go back to this view here. And we'll just kind of scoot on a little bit further this way then. Okay, this rest area was definitely a hard one. 0 out of 10 would not recommend that rest area when you're pulling triples. But it was kind of like my only choice, I think. So, yeah. Just bad luck there. Or ill preparation. Probably ill preparation, but I'll just say it was bad luck. Let me just make sure there wasn't any other better rest spots nearby. Okay, there was not, so... I mean, I could have waited till Elko, but that one looks like it might also be one of these, like, rest spots that's not that great. That's the thing with this game, is sometimes you don't get the best choice in rest areas or gas stations. Sometimes you just kind of got to take what you can get. Or really plan ahead. But that is not my playstyle for this game. I'm not always the most able. Well, I shouldn't say the most able, but I'm not the most likely to plan ahead in this. I mean, sometimes I'll plan like a lot of rest stops on the way if it's like a really long trip. Like if I'm doing from like Washington all the way down to like New Mexico or Colorado or something. Like I'll plan out several
Colorado?
I mean, I think you mean Colorado.
Colorado.
K doesn't even make sense at that point though. Like, you know, if you're gonna fuck it up, you gotta at least fuck it up with the letters that are already available.
Don't look at me. I don't know how these brown fellas speak.
First off, that's a fucking lie. Quit trying to get me canceled. You just hate me because I'm white, Sam. That's what this is. I mean, I 100% know that's not true, because just like I'd say, you know, probably like half my friends and acquaintances are, you know, Hispanic, I would say probably like a fair chunk of your friends are white, you know?
What you're saying, you're saying just because your friends are brown, you can't be racist.
Yeah, solidly, 100%. That's how that works, right? Oh man. I mean, you know what? Like the person who says like I have a black friend or something like that is more likely to be racist than the person who's like, yeah, half my friends are like people of color, or because like yeah, I'm not the most PC. Half my friends are brown.
Wait, is brown not PC?
I'd assume not. I feel like it's not PC. I feel like they'd want you to use like people of color.
Why? The
I
skin
don't
color
know.
is brown. What are you talking about?
Oh, I know. And it'd be inaccurate to say that like I have like a whole bunch of different types of people of color as friends. It's like, yeah, I definitely have several Mexican friends, and I only have like one. Like one acquaintance that's black. So he's a pretty cool guy. Just I don't hang out with him on the regs. He's usually someone that if I'm hanging out with, like, it was always at Zach's house. But we always got along. Or actually, I guess I've hung out with him at the bar before as well. We've always got along. He's a pretty cool dude. Besides, he generally talks me up, when we're hanging out. So, anyone that strokes, well, because he likes to lift and stuff, and he knows I lift, and he knows I put up some decent totals. He'll always hype up my totals and stuff. So, always makes me feel pretty good. Anyone that's going to like stroke my ego, especially in terms of lifting, like yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's 100% great in my book. Oh man.
Oh, fight! Dun, 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 dun.
You know what? I'm trying to think of what song begins with that. Because I know the song, but I just fuck.
Ah.
Is it maybe Heavy Dirty Soul?
Huh?
Is it Heavy Dirty Soul that starts with that?
What's that?
Song by 21 Pilots.
Nope.
Fuck. I know I listened to that song recently too that has like the food fight line to begin with. Was it one that you sent me?
No.
Okay.
Opposite.
Oh, okay, it's one I sent you. Fuck. Food fight.
Maddie.
Let's see here. Very, very good.
No.
Was it? I don't think it's part of Nilly Mambo, right? Okay. I was like, yeah, I don't think it was that one. I still feel like it's part of very, very good though.
Hey, what's very, very good?
Very, very good.
What's the song called?
I can swear it's just called very, very good.
No.
Is it just very good?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking murder you someday.
What? It's the title. Very good.
I was close enough. You could have just been like, yeah, that's close enough, Cam. Motherfucker.
Close enough when I let you pass through Jeopardy.
I mean, yeah, Jeopardy's never been the same without Alex Trebek. That's not true, actually. I feel like I heard they got Ken Jennings on as like the new host, which is the very logical choice. First off, because Alex Trebek, kind of was of the mind that Ken Jennings should take over, after he was gone. And since Ken Jennings is like so famous for his like super long run on Jeopardy, and like he has such a good personality too, so it's like, yeah, of course this guy should be the guy that takes over. I don't know though. I haven't watched Jeopardy in quite a long time since that's on the public.
I've never watched it.
Oh, dude, I used to watch it. Like, my dad would put that on quite often because it was on the public channels and it was always entertaining. And like we'd usually each of us have like a fair number of answers, so it was always fun to see like which answers we could get right. I mean that's the whole point of watching Jeopardy is like seeing how you compare. I know there have been some episodes I've seen where it's like, oh man, I could have won this one. Like I knew like most of these answers, and there's been ones where it's like I would have been completely fucked. Like I would have been up shit creek without a paddle or a raft or a life preserver with cement shoes on. Yeah, you put that song in my head now. If I can put that song in my head.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're on the block B, like, mood or, just in a state of mind for them. Another good one by them is Nalina, I think is what it is. And Jackpot, that's another good one. And Tomorrow. I mean, they have a lot of good songs. As I told you the other day, Block B is my favorite out of the K-pop groups. Which is not saying that I know a lot about K-pop, but they're definitely my favorite. Like, they have this great combination of, like, a bit of attitude, but also, like, not being overly about themselves. Because I feel like, it's perfectly fine to, like, have this attitude, towards life, but also you need to be able to joke about yourself, because you can't joke about yourself. You're just taking yourself way too seriously.
Wait, are they like that, or are they produced to appear like that?
I mean, I think they were pretty much like that, because a lot of the info I'd seen on them is like they didn't necessarily get the best support from like their label and everything. Like, they did make a lot of their own decisions, and they basically had to kind of drive themselves forward, even when like, the media and the industry itself wasn't necessarily helping them along that much. Because I mean, for a lot of K-pop groups, it's like the industry and like the media will like really help them out. But yeah, for them, it's like it was kind of a struggle since it's like they didn't get the promotion that they deserved, and like yeah, the media wasn't always happy with like the types of music or the stuff like that they put out, so they wouldn't necessarily cover it. Oh man, I gotta pull in for a vehicle inspection. I still haven't even fixed my truck, but I haven't damaged it anymore, so I should be fine. But I don't know if Block B will be back. I mean, their head guy Zico left to do his own solo works, and then I think most of the members are
Wait,
doing.
who's the head guy?
They said Zico.
I know, but what's he look like?
He's the Asian one.
Yeah, yeah, the Korean one, right?
Yeah, he's the Korean one. Honestly, like, I think if you're watching, like, I just stopped here.
Is he the one in the red suit?
I would have to watch that video again. If you watch Nilly Mambo, I think he's the one with the blonde hair. Like the blonde, kind of grungy looking hair. I think. Yeah, I honestly don't know. Oh, this motherfucker. You see him cut me off super hard? I know it's gonna cost me money. I know it's gonna damage my truck, but I'm gonna ram this guy. I'm gonna see if I can pit this guy off the road. I need a little bit of casual, like, vigilanteism since he tried to run me off the road. But yeah, no, what I was gonna say is he left to do his like own solo stuff, and I think Block B was like technically like I think they're still together, like the rest of the group. It just I think the majority of them are doing their required military time for South Korea. I think 2 of the members are almost done, and I think next year, like, the remaining members will be done or something.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that bastard outpaced me. I didn't get to run him off the road. He cut me off so hard there. So hard.
Alright, I'm gonna get off.
Dude, I don't need to hear that, especially on stream, man. Like, this is a family-friendly stream.
You know that's a lie.
Fucking get out of here with your deranged, sycophant bullshit. Let's keep this family-friendly. But you have a good night, man. I'll talk to you later.
Alright, later.
In regards to streaming, though, guys, like, I do have some plans for, like, some additional features and stuff I want to add to the stream. But I also know that, like, I'm going to be switching to OBS really soon, so I don't want to implement them, like, quite yet. Because, if I implement them for Streamlabs, I don't know that they'll import correctly for OBS. So it's like, I don't want to, like, set it up, get you guys all excited for it, and then, like, have it all fucked up, like, when I go over to OBS. And then have to, like, take the time to set it up again, because I'd feel kind of bad about that. I also want to, because I want to add some, like, sound things that you can redeem, like, channel points for, like, the ones that are handled through the, like, I guess I'll have to find a different bot, since Obviously, if I'm not going to be using Streamlabs anymore, it wouldn't make sense to use their Streamlabs bot since it's like, you know, it just wouldn't make sense. And I don't know that you can use their bot, if you're not using Streamlabs. Which, to be fair, like, I feel like I probably should have switched to OBS a while ago. Because for a long time there, like, Streamlabs was kind of hot garbage for me. I mean, for those of you that have been around the channel for a while, like Mavriz, like, I mean, he just got off, but, you know, he would know that, like, I had so many times where, while streaming, it would just cut out on me. Like, it would, give me, like, frame rate issues and stuff, and just all these other problems. So, yeah. I probably should have switched to OBS. It's just, I had this hesitation because Mavriz was always the one, like, yeah, anytime I have an issue, you should switch to OBS. And it's like, the way he would say it, it always rubbed me the wrong way, so. I'm going to switch to OBS now, though, because of, like, some of the info that came out about Streamlabs recently. Oh, words. But yeah, so once I do get switched over to OBS, which I'll probably start doing that on Monday. I don't think I have anything going on Monday. I just have a busy, like today was fairly busy, and tomorrow will be fairly busy. And I'm pretty slow at figuring out, like, OBS related stuff and Streamlabs related stuff, so. Also, my layout might look a bit different when I switch over, but I'll try to make sure that it doesn't look too different, or I'll at least try to make it still look aesthetic, I mean, since OBS is, like, super open source, it shouldn't be too hard to find some decent layouts if I have to change my layout. With the one I'm currently using, it's kind of like a pre-made layout, but with, like, a lot of customizable parts. So, like, I definitely customized it for preferences and, like, the colors and stuff. But, that may be subject to change, depending on how things go when I switch. But hey, we'll be in this together, I just want to be open about, everything. Because I figure, like, I don't want you guys to see, like, a change and be like, oh man, like, you made this big change and we don't like it. You didn't tell us about it to begin with. Yeah, I feel like if I forewarn you and it's a change you don't necessarily like, it's like, well, at least I forewarned you about it. Okay, I'm just going to do the lazy park on this. There's no way I'm going to line it up correctly with the angle I was coming in at. Okay, let's continue here. I'm going to... I think we furnished the last garage we had. Let me just make sure. So, not garage purchase, Jesus. Garage manager. Trucks. Okay, all of them have 5, so we're good there. All of them have 5 drivers. Cool. Let's go to garage purchase then. Okay, purchased all the ones in Washington. I think I was going to just purchase all the ones in Oregon. I love how this one in St. George looks like it's in Arizona, but I'm pretty sure St. George is in Utah, so it just throws me off. Let's get that one though, because I might not get that one later if I don't know. Okay, garage manager. I wish you could just, like, upgrade it from there. It would make it super easy. Okay. Ah, sweet. I forgot that I had changed the settings so it doesn't show the upgrade for the garage. There we go. Jesus. Sorry, guys. It's just that time of night, man, where Words are hard. I don't know, sometimes words are just hard. Let's see. They have two there. They have two there as well. I think I'll pick up Gary O and Link at F. Because I don't care about fuel economy, so that's never going to be the selling factor on how I pick a driver. Like, I always want them to have anything but fuel economy. Okay, Jacob E. We'll get him for sure because he has no fuel economy. I'm always of the mind in this game, it's like I want something that's going to be more profitable instead of, you know, saving me that little bit of money. Because, like, the little bit you save in fuel doesn't compare to the amount that you're going to be profiting if they have, you know, like 2 in hazard, like if they have 3 in, like, anything else but fuel economy. Let's get Gary O here because he has 1 fuel economy, but he has 2 in this, so he is marginally better, I'd imagine. Just marginally. I mean, I could go scour through the list and see who the best options are, and I might have to do that because the hazard ones are good, but I don't know that I need necessarily 2 of them. This one, actually, I like her balance here. Like, this could make for a pretty good combo, so we'll get her. Okay, let's see if there's anyone else that has, like, a good balance. Okay, no one else that really sounds out. But this guy has a super awesome mustache. Let's get the guy with the mustache. To be fair, sometimes when I see they have like a cool or weird profile pic in this game, I'll also like choose them for that. Okay, let's see. 4 trucks would be, I think, a little bit less than 700,000. So we should have this actually. Truck dealer, cool. Some Kenworths, some worth of the Ken. Buy online, and then fleet config. I do love that, like, you can just choose the fleet config because, like, that way if you have like a paint scheme you always use, it's really nice since you can just look at it there and have it automatically selected. And then it also lets you kind of standardize like the equipment that you have in your fleet, because basically everyone has this like exact same truck in my fleet. Not basically everyone, not everyone, but basically everyone. Okay, I guess I only had enough for 4 of them. Oh yeah, there's 5 spots. I'd calculated for 4, and then like didn't think about the fact that there's 5. So okay, let me take a quick look at something really quick because I'm about to end the stream. I just want to see who else is streaming here. So let me exit the game. I'm gonna see if there's anyone that, you know, I want to raid. So let's exit this. Quit. Yes. And there we go. Let me pull up Twitch here. Okay. Just taking a look. Okay, looks like one of the streamers I like is, you know, streaming, so I will raid us over to there, and let me get that started really quick. Just want to pull up their stream so I can actually make sure everything works, because I always get so worried. I think you can do it through chat. Let me try here. Okay, I think I have this correct. Let me just make sure. Oh, thank you for being here, Mamba. Okay, looks like the raid is working here, so I do thank everyone who showed up, and I hope you guys have a good night. I will catch you guys tomorrow or today, whatever you want to consider it. There'll be a birthday stream. Don't feel obliged to come, though. I'm just going to play some Fatty Bear's Birthday Surprise. It's a point and click game, so may or may not be your cup of tea, but I'm just going to do it because it's going to be my birthday. So, you guys have a good night.